Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Friday. We got 10 matchups on this NBA slate today. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. Turn on those notification bells. And guys, go ahead and sign up with Novig in the description below. The first commission-free social sports book. As you can see, it's available in 42 states. If you guys are in one of these states that aren't getting much love from the sports books, and you don't have much options, give it a try, guys. I think you'll like it. It's got pretty good lines. Some decent alt lines, not the greatest as some of these other ones, but if you're very limited, it's very nice. You get a lot of boosts. So check it out. Link in the description. Use code SPPicks at checkout, and I think you guys might like it if you're in a spot where you're limited. Give you a little bit more options with your lines, and yeah, we'll hop in it here. Close and stretch for NBA. 10 matchups, starting with the Sacramento Kings versus the Charlotte Hornets. Kings opening up as a 10.5 point road favorite with the over-under at 218.5. Kings coming into this matchup 36-40. The Hornets 19-57. Let's see, head-to-head. Charlotte 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. 6-4 covering the spread. Sacramento, they are 1-7 in their last 8. Yeah, I mean, they're coming off a Wizards loss. Sacramento's just not had a great year. Obviously, Charlotte hasn't either. 2-8 in their last 10. Sacramento 2-6 covering the spread. They're 5-11 against Charlotte. 4-8 covering against Charlotte. They're 0-7 on the road right now. 2-5 on the road against Charlotte. The numbers are bad for Sacramento. They're obviously bad for Charlotte, but Sacramento has just played horrible against Charlotte. They are just not good enough to be double-digit favorites. They just aren't. The closest last time they were, let's see. Yeah, they were just 13.5 point favorites against Washington, and they just lost outright. There's just no confidence in Sacramento straight up and as a big favorite. I know Charlotte's got a lot of people out, but like, give me the Hornets plus 10.5 at home today. Next matchup, we got the Utah Jazz versus the Indiana Pacers. Pacers opening up as a 16-point home favorite with the over-under at 235. Jazz coming into this matchup 16-61. The Pacers 45-31. Head-to-head, Utah 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. 6-4 covering the spread. Utah 1-9 in their last 10. They're on a bad losing streak. Pacers 8-2 in their last 10. They're on a 2-game winning streak. Utah 0-10 on the road. They're 4-9 on the road against Indiana, but they are 4-1 covering against the Pacers here. Pacers have not been good covering the spread. 4-12 covering the spread. They are 10-1 at home. This is a very big number. They were just 14.5 point favorites against Charlotte. Charlotte got this sneaky cover. Covered by 0.5, but hey, they got that cover. That was a big spread. 13.5 point favorites against Brooklyn. They did not cover. 10.5 point favorites against Dallas. They did not cover. They are not covering these double-digit spreads here. Bad as Utah's been, this is a huge number. Pacers just aren't that team that I'm taking for minus 16. They're just not. There's only a few teams I would take. They're not one of them. Give me Jazz plus 16 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Pistons versus the Toronto Raptors. Detroit opening up as a 12-point road favorite with the over-under at 227. Detroit coming into this matchup 42-34. Toronto 28-49. Head-to-head, Detroit 3-0 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. 2-1 covering the spread. Detroit on a 2-game losing streak. They're coming off a Thunder loss. Toronto on a 2-game losing streak coming off a Portland loss. Detroit 5-0 against Toronto, 5-2 covering against Toronto, 13-3 covering against Toronto. They've been really good head-to-head. Toronto, 0-10 against the Central Division, 0-6 in April. The unders hit in 4 of their last 5 at home. I like Detroit here. They've been underdogs the last 3 games. They finally get a nice favorable matchup here, and I think it's a nice game from Detroit, and I think I'm gonna take a shot with the Pistons minus 12 and Moneyline on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Phoenix Suns versus the Boston Celtics. Boston opening up as a 15-point home favorite with the over-under at 228.5. Suns coming into this matchup 35-41. Boston 56-20. Head-to-head, Boston 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. 6-4 covering the spread. Phoenix on a 4-game losing streak. Kevin Durant's day-to-day here. Boston coming off a bad Miami loss. They got blown out against Miami. Last time they played Phoenix was 4 games ago. They beat them by 30. Let's see, Horford, Porzingis, Brown, Holiday all day today. They've had a day of rest, so we'll see. I'd imagine coming off a Miami loss, we should get most of those guys back in the lineup today. Phoenix 0-5 covering the spread, 0-5 on the road, 1-5 against Boston, 1-5 covering against Boston. The numbers are bad for Phoenix here. Boston, I just think it's a good spot for them at home. They just destroyed Phoenix last game. We'll see if KD plays, but Phoenix is just a team I don't trust. They are so inconsistent. I'll take Boston -15 in money line at home today. Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the San Antonio Spurs. Cavs opening up as a 13.5 point road favorite with the over-under at 241. Cavs coming into this matchup 61-15. The Spurs 32-44. Head-to-head, Cleveland 8-2 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Cavs, they are on a 2-game winning streak coming off a Knicks win. They just played the Spurs a few games ago, beat them 124-116. Spurs, they're coming off a big Denver win. Nice win for Spurs. Cleveland 7-1 against the Spurs. They are just 1-4 covering against the Spurs here. The over's hitting 6 of their last 7 on the road. Couldn't cover the last time they played the Spurs. Spurs actually really hung around here. I don't know. I still think I'm going to take a shot with Cleveland here. I still trust them as bigger favorites more than I would Spurs trying to cover. I've seen them get blown out so many times this season. Give me Cleveland -13 in money line on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Houston Rockets. Thunder opening up as a 7-point road favorite with the over-under at 229. Thunder coming into this matchup 64-13. Houston 50-27. Head-to-head, the Thunder 7-3 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. 6-4 covering the spread. Thunder, they've won their last 10 plus. They're on a monster winning streak. Houston, they're playing well, 8-2 in their last 10. They're coming off a 143-105 win against Utah. Yeah, Thunder. I mean, listen, they just keep covering spreads here. They've covered in I'm pretty sure they've covered in like 11 or 12 or so, because they've covered in their last 10, and they've at least covered in 11 straight for sure. 8-0 covering on the road. This is just a covering team. It's pretty crazy. Houston 2-5 covering the spread. They are 6-1 covering at home against the Thunder here. This is a tough matchup because this is going to be a really good matchup here. Can the Thunder keep it up covering the spread? One of their cheaper spreads they've had in a while. But man, it's like the Thunder. How do you even bet against the Thunder right now? They're just playing so good. They're on fire. Every number is good for them. Great head-to-head, great covering on the road, great covering the spread. This is hard to bet against that here. So I'm going to take the Thunder -7 in money line on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Portland Trailblazers versus the Chicago Bulls. Bulls opening up as a 6-point home favorite with the over-under at 237. Portland coming into this matchup 34-43. The Bulls 34-42. Head-to-head, the Bulls 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. 6-4 covering the spread. Portland on a 2-game winning streak coming off a Toronto win. Chicago, they're coming off a Toronto win as well. Portland just 1-5 against Chicago. 2-4 covering against Chicago. 2-4 covering the spread. Chicago, the over's hitting 4 of their last 6 against Portland here. I mean, not the greatest matchup here. Chicago has been good against them. They've been good covering the spread, especially at home here. Giving the Bulls -6 in money line today. Next matchup, we got the Denver Nuggets versus the Golden State Warriors. Denver opening up as a 1.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 233.5. Denver coming into this matchup 47-30. The Warriors 45-31. Head-to-head, Denver 9-1 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. They've been dominant against them. They rested their whole team last game, so everyone should be back in the lineup today. They're coming off that Spurs loss. Warriors coming off a Lakers win yesterday. They're on a 4-game winning streak. They're playing very well. See if they're resting anybody. This is the big game, though. I'd be surprised if they rest anybody with how tight the West is right now. Yeah, Denver have been very good against them. They are just 1-4 covering the spread, 2-4 covering against the Warriors. Warriors 9-1 at home. Big win yesterday. Last time they played Denver, they did lose 105-114. As long as the Warriors aren't resting Curry or anything, give me Warriors plus 1.5 at home in a good matchup. Next matchup, we got the Dallas Mavericks versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers opening up as a 10-point home favorite with the over-under at 225. Dallas coming into this matchup 38-39. The Clippers 44-32. Head-to-head Dallas 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. You got Dallas. They are coming off a Atlanta win. Clippers on a 2-game winning streak, coming off a Pelicans win. It says Anthony Davis is day-to-day. Be sure to check his status here, because he's given them a little bit of life since they've been playing, or since he's returned. Dallas 5-2 against the Clippers, 5-2 covering against the Clippers here. The unders hit in 5 of their last 6 on the road against the Clippers. Clippers 9-1 at home. A good matchup here. I think as long as AD is playing, I think Dallas, they're really trying to make this play-in tournament. That's what it looks like here. We're getting 9.5, or actually it's moved up 10. Throw in another half a point here. I'm done. We'll take Dallas plus 10.5 on the road today. Then the last matchup, we got the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers opening up as a 13.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 220. Pelicans coming into this matchup 21-55. The Lakers 46-30. Head-to-head, the Lakers 8-2 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings, 7-3 covering the spread. The Pelicans 3-7 in their last 10. They're coming off a Clippers loss. Lakers, they're coming off a Warriors loss yesterday. Pelicans, yeah, I mean, they're 0-5 against the Lakers. 0-5 covering on the road against the Lakers. Lakers, they've really struggled covering the spread, just 2-6 covering the spread. They are 16-4 at home. Tough loss yesterday against the Warriors here. Pelicans, though, their lineup's pretty depleted. So, I just think it's a big bounce back spot for the Lakers. Bad loss yesterday. I think they get a dominating win, assuming LeBron and Luka are playing, which I'd imagine, not that many games left. These guys should be playing these back-to-backs here. And, yeah, give me the Lakers minus 13.5 on Moneyline at home today. Be sure to monitor that Lakers injury report, though. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.